All right, beautiful day here in Southeast Michigan. It's probably close to 40. It's probably still a little bit of a chill in the air, about 38 degrees, and we're outside getting some fresh air and trying to warm up because my furnace is out. So it's about 60 degrees in the house, and I figured, well, let me come out and get around the sunshine and maybe warm up as I move around a little bit, because I'm going to try to clean out my garden over there a little bit. I'm going to give you a tour and show you what exactly is going on, show you everything that's growing so far and what my plans are for growing food. And so what I want this video to do is to inspire you to start thinking about the same things, whether you want to grow by seed, whether you want to do seedlings. Farmers market season is coming up, and it's time to grow our own food. It feels so good when you can grow food yourself and know where it came from, know that you haven't put chemicals on it. And yeah, there's just something about going and picking something that you actually grew. It's pretty fun. And if you have kids, kids love this stuff too. So this is a great way, people say they have picky eaters. Well, get your kids involved. Get them to start planting and watching the fruits of their labor. Literally, they will love it. So, all right, I'm going to give you the tour here and show you what's coming up and what's going on. Okay, so this is the garden bed at the back of the house. Doesn't look like much now, but what happens in the summer is I end up planting all of my herbs here. Now you can see my sage. My sage pretty much stays like this through the winter, which is really nice because then I can come out and pick it. I mean, these leaves are still soft. Some of these are dried, but even through the winter, this is what it does. So really nice to have the sage. And then right here, this is my favorite herb ever. That's tarragon. And it's so wonderful to see my tarragon coming up. Oh my gosh. If you don't know what tarragon is, it's wonderful. It has a little licorice-like flavor. Kind of gives a little bit of sweetness to your food. I love it on chicken. It's one of my favorites. And then this is my oregano coming up. Look at that. I mean, just beautiful green oregano. This is these stalks here. This is what is that? Oh, I think this is my mint. And you can see here, the mint is starting to come up in the cracks of the sidewalk. So mint is just pervasive. You can't kill it. And so I don't, I don't mind when I have to tear out mint because I know it's just gonna grow back right away. So this whole lot here ends up being herbs. And then look at the thyme. The thyme is coming through really nice too. Just popping up in there, some nice green. Now this right here, this is what most people like to kill. This is called chickweed. And this is actually a wonderful, wonderful wild grow out. I mean, you can actually buy seeds for it, but I'll say wild because people try to kill it. And what's really nice about chickweed is it helps with digestion. It helps with liver function. Can even help with weight loss. I like to make a tea out of it or just pick it like that. And look at all this chickweed. That's beautiful. So I'll pick that and I'll wash it and I'll probably dry it because I won't be able to use all of that right away. Here's my generator. Everybody should have one of those. These are just peonies, so those will flower up here shortly. This is a ground crop stone cup. It's called stone crop, and it's a ground cover, and it is everywhere. Now, about 20 years ago when I first moved into my house, my mom brought about this much back from my grandmother's house and planted it in a pot somewhere in my garden, and it's everywhere. It is absolutely everywhere, but it's great. Stone crop is also used in a lot of skincare products. There's a lot of healing properties to stone crop, anti-aging. It's a wonderful, wonderful ground cover and then medicinal. So this is where I will actually plant my larger things: tomatoes, peppers, onions, green peppers, eggplant. So this will be, so usually I put 2 rows there, and then just, that way I can just walk right through. Try to put some vining things on the end here, cantaloupe and cucumbers, all of that. So this is nice because it keeps the dog out. Now over here, is a berry patch. And again, my mom brought me one little sprig from my grandmother's house 20 some years ago. And these berries grow insane. I mean, they are gigantic black raspberries. They're wonderful. And then over there, where you see the chimenea, right? I can't get my finger in the frame. There, the chimenea. Those are all raspberries over there too, the black raspberries that have jumped from here, there's Bentley, to way over there. And again, just nice big berries. So wonderful. So I'll show you back there in a minute. So then I did have over here, I do have a couple of gooseberries growing in here, which is really nice. This is my crushed shed. I need to get replaced. We had trees along this tree line, and then 2 years ago we had that summer storm. I mean, big mature trees like this, and the summer storm came and took them all out and took down my 80-foot white pine that stood so majestically right here. I miss it, and took out the shed as well. So I'm actually going to plant some elderberry and some kiwi here, because it hedges itself. It forms its own hedge, so I don't have to worry about trellising it, and it'll make a nice, wall, nice natural green wall. This is the shredded bark from the pine tree when it came out. And last summer I was walking across to my neighbors there, and I came up here and I went, and I stopped and I found morels. And apparently they were black morels, and they were wonderful. We feasted on those. Probably had, 10, 12, 15 of them or so. Now this is where, when I first moved in many years ago, I used to plant a garden in this spot here, and it just flourished. It was amazing. So over the years I've had peat put in here, manure. I've amended this multiple times. I just actually took a soil sample. I'm going to have the soil tested because I want to plant blueberries here. So I have some blueberries coming from Hartman Nursery over in Grand Rapids area, or over on the west side of the state. And he's one of the largest blueberry growers, suppliers in the country. So I'm going to hopefully get some good hardy blueberry stock, but I got to make sure that the soil is good for it. So, and then over here is, I've got gooseberries. That's a gooseberry. Now these gooseberries, I had a third one in here and it died, but these actually, finally, the fruit that's coming off of these, so sweet and wonderful. And then that is the root of a mulberry that I haven't been able to kill for 22 years. So anyway, then we had some trees fall here. So what was nice was that the trees came and fell, and now it's opened up a nice sunny spot for me to be able to grow here. So thinking about what you like to plant, like I'll probably put some elderberry, maybe the kiwi across this fence line here, cover this up. I like green walls. I like, more natural settings. So these are all the raspberries. I mean, they're amazing. That tree, had to bring that one down because that was dying as well. And this is currant. So that's a currant, and currants are not my favorite. They're pretty astringent. So what I do, I pick them and I freeze them and throw them in my smoothies, because they do have a lot of nutritional value to it. Now here you can see that stone crop. Again, just it's almost invasive, but I like the ground cover. It's really pretty. It's bright green, and then this one likes to prune my raspberries. Hey, what are you doing? Leave it alone. I think he's probably pruned at least half of this down. Like, he's gonna ruin at least he's taking the old canes. So this was also, I had to plant these because, again, this was just taken out by the storm. So I've got a lot of planting area right in here, and I'm trying to figure out what to put in here, put some vegetables. I want to make this a growing area, grow food. And then these are more currants right here. And I do have these are onions. These are garlic scapes, and oh my gosh, are garlic chives. And they're, wow, amazing. Really, really amazing. And then, oh my God, it blows a regular chive away. Really good. So Yeah, I'm gonna clean this up here. Those are all garlic chives. And look, there's more ground cover. You do have to be careful because it can take over and choke out some things. So there's some lavender. You know, the beds are just a mess because the dog gets in here, and there's his handiwork right there. You know, he digs everything out. So this is actually watercress coming up here, which is really awesome. I planted this a couple years ago and it keeps coming up, and I love watercress, so nice to see it coming up for me there. That is phlox, which is a really pretty flower, another ground cover. Here you can see all my irises are starting to pop. And let's see, I feel like that's a daffodil. Not quite sure. There's my lavender. These are lilies coming up here. That is, I'm gonna have to identify that one. I don't know what that is. I don't like to kill things or take them out if I know they could have some medicinal properties to them. So again, then this would be the final bed. This is an echinacea plant. So my echinacea, my coneflower grows everywhere. I planted one little sprig over there, and it's now growing wild. That's a, what is that? I forgot what I planted. I forgot what that was. Hibiscus, maybe? I don't remember. So then I'm going to be planting these. Some dahlias, and these are the dinner plates. So they flowers get up to 10 inches around. They're so beautiful. And then I did plant a different variety of, oh, it's over here. Let's go over here. You can see him. Look what he's done to the yard. I mean, he's just all his toys come out here. It's like when you have a toddler. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, so you can see the difference here. This is a type of stone crop here, and it's a succulent. So it just grows and grows. It's really pretty. But then I found this one. I just loved the way this has a little different shape to it, and that's also really pretty when it gets going. But again, I have to be careful because the other stone crop will choke that out. I think I planted that one 2 years ago. That one's really nice. And this is just, I would call it a broccoli plant because I don't know the name of it. So, yeah. Okay, that's the tour. I hope you enjoyed that. So I'm gonna keep coming out here and doing videos as I make progress out here. I'm gonna get these dahlias planted today. I'm actually gonna grill. I'm gonna apple wood smoke some grass-fed beef patties. Probably one of my most favorite things to have. And then I have some fresh endive, which I did get some endive seeds, and so I cannot wait to plant that. And I also planted, I got some some upland cress seeds, which are more drought tolerant, so I'll be planting that, and some eggplant, and yeah, all the good stuff. But the greens, I just love the greens and the bitter greens. And what else? I think that might be about it. What are you growing? What are you starting? Do you start from seed? Do you do seedlings? I'm actually this year I'm trying seeds because I don't know, I just want to try seeds. I feel like, you know, we're going to get into a place where we have to be saving seeds, and I want to know how to save them and then propagate them. So I got some seeds planted, and got some other seeds coming. I just ordered some organic non-GMO seeds, the cress and and I think I got eggplant, and I don't know, I got some other heirlooms coming. So tomatoes, things like that. So yeah, we'll see. What are you planting? And are you planting yet? What zone are you in? I think I'm like 5, what am I, 5, 6, something like that. There's like, okay, yeah. This is my lilac too. So yeah, he likes to prune that one. Boy, hey, get out of there. Yeah, he's like, oh, but it tastes so good. All right, leave me a comment. I would love to know what you're planting and what zone you're in, what you like to plant. I just talked to somebody this morning online on a YouTube live talking about I might try a fig tree in a pot. I love figs. So he's in Western Canada and says he can grow them there and does them very strategically. There are some cold hardy ones. So I just might try it. I don't know. We'll see. You know, every one thing at a time, but we'll see. So anyway, thanks for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Talk to you soon.